morning and welcome to Kantipur TV HD. You're watching Kantipur Yoga and आजको episode मा चाहिँ we will be doing a very fun lunge. It's also called Skandasana. So we will be doing a nice side lunge. I think you have seen this before in previous episodes flow गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ, तर आज चाहिँ we will be breaking it down. कसरी गर्ने, किन गर्ने, अनि जसलाई knee problems छ त्यो मान्छेले चाहिँ कसरी गर्ने, कसरी भ्याउने यो pose लाई. So we will see this asana practice today in today's episode. So two things to keep in mind is if you're recovering from a ligament tear or a dislocation, kindly please wear a knee cap or avoid this asana. If you have current pain and aches from the winter season coming in, चिसो भएर चाहिँ your knees are hurting, please avoid this asana. You do not want to make it worse, right? So whenever you're ready, we will come into a comfortable seated position. Now this is also called a functional exercise. That means functional means you're using your entire core, and it's something that would help you in your daily practice and mobility drills. So functional exercises, let's say, आजकल एकदम pick up भइरहेछ because this helps you in overall lifestyle. So whenever you're ready, we will do a little warm up first. So you will not jump directly into the asana. You will do a tiny warm up first. So what we will do is we will come into one asana and one side. So your movement गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ, if you feel a little pain or aches, you want to stay aware of that. You're going to move your ankles, you're going to move your thighs. If it feels okay, nice and jiggly wiggly, that's a great sign. Now you'll gently push your heels away from you, bend your chest in towards your thighs, come back up straight, come back down again. Gentle pulsating movement, slowly down, gently back up, slowly back down, breathe through. You may also touch your toes, just a little gentle come down in. Touch your toes, pulsate. Now we will slowly rotate the ankle, wiggle your toes first. If there is any tension in between your toes and joints, wiggle it, squeeze, relax. Now we rotate the ankles. Clockwise गर्ने, anti-clockwise गर्ने. Clockwise गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ you want to make sure you're not feeling any pain. Anti-clockwise गर्दाखेरि पनि you want to stay aware. If supposedly you have a little sprain in your leg or ankle sprain भएको छ भने चाहिँ avoid the asana or wear an ankle brace if you think you need that extra support. Gently whenever you're ready, bend your knee, straighten it out. No pain, then you're good to go. Let's go. Move it in, move it out. Just a little warm up. We're just doing a little check in with our body before you put all your body weight onto that one knee. Gently bringing it in again. Repeat onto the other side. Slowly in, back out. This is for anybody who doesn't know how to lunge. This is for anybody who has never tried this asana before. This is a nice breakdown of how to do, how not to do this asana. Again, come back up. Ankle rotation, clockwise, anti-clockwise. So when you move your body and you stay aware of how the body is moving, त्यो बेला नै थाहा पाउँछ कुन साइड एकदम टाइट छ, कुन साइड हल्का वीक भइरहेछ, कुन साइडमा अझै पेन छ. And then gently come back up into the middle. We will come into a nice open lotus again. Take a nice deep breath. You're going to breathe in and come down. Exhale, come back up. Gently back up again. Slowly back down. What this does is this helps you open up the pelvis just a little bit, the hips just a little bit. Come back up. If you're confused ever what to do, just remember, go back to the basics and you will be fine. त्यो एकदम नयाँ नयाँ कुरा चाहिँ doesn't mean you have to try it every time. You can do it once, see how it works. If it doesn't work for you, let it go. No matter how advanced you are, if you come into a nice basic practice, you'll always be able to do your asana. We will gently come in, pull your knees together. So I will show you sideways what that looks like. Come up into a comfortable seated position. Keep your back up straight. So what I mean by back up straight, this is a hunchback. This is a rounded back. My back is rounding. It looks like a C shape. What you're going to do now is you're going to wrap your arms around the knees and the shin. Now slowly watch the engagement come in from my back and pelvis. So there is no posture right now, it's very relaxed. I will inhale, exhale, you're going to use this asana practice to keep in mind about how you want to keep your back. Gently relax, come back down again. Inhale, come back up. Gently relax, slowly come back up. We will come into a nice standard seated position. We'll come up now into a nice standing position. Slowly come up. We will now practice something called the Utkat Asana. So what the Utkat Asana means, you come up onto your toes. You can bring your palms into the front. So as you inhale, you come up onto your toes. As you exhale, you come down and sit down. Now a little variation to your Utkat Asana is you're going to try and drop down to your heels. Come up onto your toes again. Stand up. Okay, what we'll be doing now is another variation of our Utkat Asana. We will come up into a nice comfortable standing position wherever you are. A nice standing position wherever you are. We will now gently take our hands up towards the front of our mat. Parallel hune ho, हातलाई चाहिँ parallel राख्ने हो. We come up onto our toes. Inhale. Exhale गर्ने तल आउने बिस्तारै. Slowly try and touch your heels down. Now come up onto your toes again. Gently back up. Come back down again. Touch your heels down. Come back onto your toes again. Slowly back up. We'll do this a few times. This is the variation to our Utkatasana to be able to do the Skandasana again. So once you're ready with this, you have done this a few times, toe to heel movements. So what you'll also do now is you'll walk your mat with your feet. So we'll come to the end of our mat. We will inhale and just gently come up onto our toes. We will walk onto our toes only. You walk back, reverse, just for coordination reasons, just to strengthen your feet. Now just the heels, slowly walk only onto your heels. Balance. You can reverse, walk back, only onto your heels. And relax again. This time now heel to the toes, come up, relax again, heel onto the sides, up onto the toes, down again, repeat to the other side, again, keep that going. Now I will show you and tell you why we are practicing these ankle and mobility drills later. Slowly come back up again. You can walk back gently now the toes, then the sides of the foot and your heels. Come back in, toes, sides of your feet and the heels. Gently up and down and relax. Wherever you are, come back into the middle. You can put your hands onto your waist. Slowly rotation of the ankles. Other side. Gently now, only the ankles are stretching out. Come up onto the toes like a ballerina. Use a wall if you need to balance and support yourself. Push your ankle down, gently come back down. Other side. Up again. Breathe. Again, balance, focus, stabilize. Come back down. Again, gently heel, toe, heel, and toe. Now, to see how our knees do with this asana practice, moving into a step 2. After you do all of this, come into a nice comfortable lunge. So your palms can come onto your waist. Breathe in, take your right leg into the front, left leg behind. Now gently bend your knee over your ankle. This is your standing position first. Slowly coming down in, knee down, halka touch down matre garne and slowly come back up. Down again and up. Slowly back down and up. See the other side, how the other leg is doing. Step this behind again. Gently. Right knee comes down, touch down and back up. Down you touch, come back up. Again, down you go, come back up. Gently last time. Slowly down, come back up. Now into the middle. Now is where the Skandasana starts to come, the side lunge. So we will now gently, whenever you're ready, take our legs nice and wide, comfortably move them around whenever you're ready. You'll gently take your hands into the front of the mat, or you can keep it onto your waist. It helps to keep your hands into the front, halka body weight balance karna lai. So what you will do is you'll push your hips back, but lean into the front. So you're going to gently push the hips back. Toes are nice and wide, feet are nice and wide. Ground garne afno khuttalai. I like to take my hands into the front. You can also gently just take the body weight from the middle and shift it to one leg. Hold it. Back up and to the right side. Middle, left, up and right. Now you can repeat this as much times as you want to help you understand and balance how you would like to practice this asana. Now gently, what you will do is take your body weight, lean into the front again, hands come back into the middle again. Inhale, exhale, try and come down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, Skandasana to the other side. Come back down. Now if your heel starts to come up like my leg did, it's okay. You can gently bring your upper body into the front, lower body behind. Balance. Toes like you can keep it up onto the heel. You can point your toes or just leave them down flat. Inhale. Come back up onto your toes if you want. Play around in this asana. You can just chill out over here. Practice your balance. Come back in again. Gently heels down. Inhale. Come back up. Slowly shift to the other side. Again, if you're up onto your toes, sit back down. You can play around over here again. See how that feels. Come back into the middle. Heel back down. If you fall like I did, that's perfectly normal. That's fine. Come back up again. Balance. Onto your toes again. Now, if you fall off the mat, that means tapako stance chai pugena. That means you want to take your heel out just a little bit more, knee a little bit outside your chest. Slowly start to sit down. Inhale again. Come back up and down. And you can repeat this as many times as you want. This is very strong onto your thighs, on your knees and your calf muscles. Now, a variation that you can do if tapako khutako strength pugiraheko chaina bhane chai, you can do a variation. You come here. You can place your hands down onto the floor. Gently come up in and here. Once you get comfortable with this movement, then you can try what I just did. Come back up into the other side, play around. Now once you come into this asana and you want to expand a little bit more further, you can twist. Watch my ankles behind. I can take my hands up, can chill out, come back into the middle, to the other side, twist. I can also do this, play around, gently come in and touch, come back in, twist to the side, come back over here, gently go back, play around, back into the middle. I can also bring this leg a little closer, come into my malasana. I can come into my malasana over here, I can come back, stand up, drop down, adjust my stance a little bit, again drop down, slowly back up. Keep this movement going. This is the Skandasana, this is the lunge movement. Other way you can do Skandasana is out wide while you drop your body weight into the front. You can just gently come up onto your toes, action balance garam, then push the heels away, come back here. Inhale again, gently take your body weight into the front, up onto the toes, slowly inhale, exhale and switch to the other side. So inhale over here, exhale. Down here, hands into the front, balance, back up if you want, down, back up if you want again, and down. Now if you want to play around in these asanas, what you can also do is you can come up into the side of the mat, you can inhale, hands up to the ceiling, you can exhale, take the leg behind, drop it down from warrior pose 1 and gently come down here. Now if you want to take it to another side, come back into the middle, both your hands can go up to the ceiling, gently palms down to the floor, curl the toes behind, come back up, warrior pose onto the other side, Slowly back into the Namaskar. Come into the middle again. Drop down, relax. You can also now come down into your pigeon pose from here. You can come back in to a nice butterfly seated pose. So while you're doing this Skandasana, what you need to keep in mind is, while you're practicing this asana, what you need to keep in mind is that a center of gravity for a man is very different. Center of gravity for a woman is very different. So the spacing of the gravity that helps you to balance for both the genders is different. Biologically, scientifically proven, this is very different for both. So you want to find what works for you and you want to go accordingly. Now, 2 things to keep in mind. Step 1, to keep your body in a nice, comfortable, wide stance. So shoulder banda, ajai 2 step baira jani, and you're going to hold your stand over there. Second, you will shift your body weight onto one knee first, push your hips back, then bend into the front and slowly come down. You will repeat onto the other side the same way. Now, if you need yoga blocks, if you need a stool, if you need a chair, if you need help and support for somebody to hold your hand as you bounce side to side, you can take a help of any prop that you like and go side to side and enjoy this movement like that. You can also make it a part of your vinyasa flow and you can practice vinyasa like that, like how I just showed you. You can do your warrior pose, you can do your downward dog, any asana that you like, and you please, to make it more fluid, you can add your Skandasana to it. Now, 2 things to keep in mind, again like a disclaimer, is when you're trying to come up into your Skandasana, for example, you're coming into your side lunge from here. Again, like I said, step 1 is push the hip back. Step 2 is lean into the front. Step 3 is make the spacing comfortable for each side. Now what you're going to do is, if you want, you can also tie a dupatta and shawl to the front of maybe a railing, a pole, anything like that. Gently hold that on. Now you're going to gently take your body weight, push, keep in mind, now slowly drop the body weight. Yahan comfortable hune paila, go to the other side again. Now as you get stronger, you get easier to move, slowly coming down, drop down. Again, watch my heels are down, toes are down, orka khutta is also down there. You can use that dupatta and shawl. Inhale, switch to the other side, hold this here. Now if you want to relax, just drop down, sit down. You can also be more creative. Get this leg into the front and touch your toes. You can relax and come back up. So this is your Skandasana for you. A lot of yoga teachers like to use this lunge asana and movement to make a flow. So to jump from one asana to the other, they like to use this asana in the middle to kind of make it easy to transition into another asana practice and make it look more fluid. If you have arthritis, if you have varicose veins is when your veins are very sensitive, they burst. You want to avoid doing this asana because obviously you can't put pressure onto one knee. If you have a rod placed in your ankle, your toes or your knees, avoid this asana. If you're currently suffering from any aches and pains of your knees, you want to avoid this practice because it will just make it worse. Already pain bhairako thauma chai ajai pressure parcha, so it will just make it worse. So try and avoid this for now. Whenever you're feeling better, then you can wear a kneecap and then you can practice this asana. Also, if you consider yourself a little overweight, please make sure you're able to balance the body weight onto your knees on one side, just because the knees are a very delicate joint, and if you are a little overweight, it could put a lot of pressure and stress onto your knee joint. Now, we all, as an instructor and as a fitness person, they will instruct you not to even do box jumps, so jumping movements are dheri garne haina. You're not going to be allowed to do too much of squatting again because of the knee joints. If you still want to try this asana and if you still want to learn how to squat and do these lunges, what you can do is you can take a crepe band-aid and you can tie your knees. So this kind of helps you support your knees up and down as you move your body weight through these movements. Now I hope in today's asana practice you learned a very nice new transitional pose. This is also called a Skandasana or a side lunge, and you can try this asana in between flows if you want to make it more fluid. Welcome using music plug-in garera pani if you want to move from one pose to the other. This is a very fun way. It's extremely fun. This is a functional movement. You can incorporate this in your workout, in your stretching routines, in your mobility routines, just as a warm-up before you go running, cycling, skipping, or play a sports. You can try this. This also helps your hips. This is great with body weight. This also works your core, strengthens your back, and allows you to learn to focus and balance your body weight. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will see you again tomorrow with another fun flow, and we will do it together once again. I hope you have a very nice morning ahead and have a great day.